European Union dream for the Balkans, my friends. Is it a dream or is it a reality? Let's see. Super. Welcome. Balkan Breakfast Talk Show, my friends. New mini-series about the Balkan countries. A like and a subscribe. It will help me a lot. And you will make my cow happy, my friends. This cow. Super. Super, my friends. So, my friends, I made a list. The list is very good. Super. So, my friends, most of the, not all, but most of the Balkan people, when they're born, my friends, especially now, they're not born with opportunity. They're not born with freedom. They're born, my friends, with a dream. But the problem is, my friends, that the dream is outside of their domestic country. Usually European Union. Today we're going to talk about European Union dream. Is it a reality? Super, my friends. So, how can I say? First of all, what is the European dream, my friends? Since we were young, and let's say in the not so much developed Balkan countries, we were actually sold a dream. And this dream is clean streets, functioning institutions, rule of law, better salaries, better weather, no, at all, predictable life, and of course, my friends, future for you, first and foremost, and then for your kids. We were sold this dream, my friends, that in European Union, only, my friends, flowers are blooming, tulips are, everything smells very nice and blah, 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 which it was. But not now. In most of the countries, not all, but most of the countries in European Union, my friends, now we have doctors and engineers from other countries. Super. We're going to talk about it. Don't worry, my friends. So you see, for the Balkans, my friends, we were actually born with an escape plan. How to escape the Balkans, which is very big problem, but we're going to get to there. Super, my friends. So, the visa ritual, my friends, for most of the Balkan people, back in the days, my friends, of course, there was illegal immigration. But let's say I really don't know the percentage. I should check. Maybe I will put it in the comments. But for most of the Balkan people, it was a legal procedure. So visa in the foreign embassy in their country, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to bother you. Super, so my friends. But only the people who were taking visa, aka work visa, they know the struggle, my friends. Bank statements, employment letters, because you have to be employed somewhere in the European Union and they should guarantee for you so you can get the visa so you can come and work. That was my situation. I'm going to talk about it. Don't worry, my friends. Invitation letters. In some cases, my friends, if you're just how is this called? Partial worker, like for a couple of months and blah, blah, blah. You're going to get, you will need, of course, return tickets and so on and so on. So, my friends, you're actually demotivated from the start. I'm not even joking with you. The people who were actually taking and were waiting in the embassies for visa, they know this struggle. This struggle, my friends, is very, very bad. Super. My friends, so the paradox is that you actually need to prove to the embassy that you will return back to your country before you leave. So you see, we were promised, my friends, because, listen, we were promised, my friends, fairy tales since we were young. And because our parents, grandparents, friends, uncles, and blah, 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 they were talking about this dream, my friend, how it is beautiful to live in Switzerland, how is extremely beautiful to live in Germany. Everywhere there is flowers, my friends. They're giving you money. The money in Germany and in Switzerland, for example, Austria, they're growing on the trees, my friends. So you're going there and you're taking euros from the trees. It's a logic. Fuck logic, but logic. Super. So you see, my friends, this is the paradox. And the Balkan people and Eastern Europeans, brothers and sisters who I love very much, you will understand this struggle. This is a very big struggle, my friends, and it hurts a lot. Because you're applying to go somewhere because there is no opportunity in your domestic country, or because your local motherfucking politician fucked everything up. We're gonna get there. Super. So, my friends, in these modern times, first, just a short. Back in the history, my friends, there were a lot of people emigrating everywhere, not just in European Union, everywhere, but especially in European Union. That's why, my friends, if you go now to the Balkans And if you talk to regular people who are living there, they always have cousin, brother, sister, a father, uncle, somebody who is living somewhere in European Union. In every family, my friends. Okay, maybe not in every, but in every second family. It's devastating. And because they're living somewhere, my friends, they're also calling these people who are living in the Balkans there. And brain drain happens like this, for starters. Super. My friends, listen, who gets in the European Union, who gets approval and visa and work visa and this kind of shit? My friends, first and foremost, the most easiest, until let's say before 2020 was for IT workers, because in the European Union, my friends, there were shortages for IT people everywhere, and they needed to take everybody. You understand? Now it's not like that anymore. After the thing was flying in 2020 and 2021. After that, my friend, problem. They don't need anything. Now Johannes, Helga and Sebastian here in European Union, the officials, they actually learn how to code because of AI. They're using this French one, Mistral, which is the best. Pitch, Commute, they learn how to code, so they don't need you anymore. Super. Then, my friends, it was easier, of course, for the doctors, and still till this day for the doctors, because, my friends, medical stuff is missing everywhere around European Union. They're not gonna tell you, of course. They're not gonna tell you, but just dig deep into the statistics. You will actually see, my friends, from everything, from nurses, from how is this hospital logistics, to doctors, to anesthesiologists, everything, my friends, is missing, especially in Germany, because German people are actually going to Sweden or, I don't know, to Norway, where they pay more money. So you see, everything is about this shushki. In the end of the day, super. Then, my friend, of course, it was easier for engineers and for students, because students, my friends, they're paying to the country. Logic, they're paying to the country, even though they had some, I don't know, some financial aid for the university, doesn't matter. They're still, spending their money here. Super, odlično. But, my friends, you see, it's actually very hard for service staff, and in this modern day and age, it's hard for farmers as well. They need the farmers, but it's harder for them to get approval to enter European Union and work here. You understand? Super. So, my friends, European Union in general, they want your brain, but they want to pay you as little as possible. So that's why in these modern times, the door is wide open for doctors and engineers, on quotation marks, from other continents, but not doctors and engineers from the Balkans, even though it's open, but And of course, my friends, it's open for everybody around this world to enter here. Don't worry, my friends, we're gonna give you everything. Just come here, but they're not working, they're doing crime. Different topic. Super. So, my friends, arrival. Listen, this episode is brutally honest, like every episode. I'm gonna be brutally honest, and I'm gonna give you my example. Stay tuned. Super. My friends, arrival. Let's say it's your first experience living in a European Union country. We're gonna take, for example, Germany, because it's the biggest. Everybody goes there, like Germany has gold in. My friends, every country in European Union is bombona. I'm just giving you the honest picture, how it is. In general, it is beautiful, but you have to work a lot. And you're lonely, we're gonna get there, don't worry. Super. So, my friends, you arrive, let's say, for example, in Germany. The reality is this. First of all, my friends, you cannot even find an apartment, let's say in Berlin, for example. You're on a waiting list. Until you're on a waiting list, my friends, you're gonna live in a basement. With the doctors and engineers. I'm sorry, my friend. But I have to be real. Or you will live on some bench in the park. Super. If you don't have money, my friends, if you have money, you can go to Sheraton. You understand? Problem. So, my friends, in reality, the prices for apartments, and I'm talking about, my friends, listen, when I'm talking about apartments, I'm talking about apartments in these panel buildings back from the communist era, which are totally shit, my friends. They stink, and the humidity is 700% inside, and it's shit. I'm talking for these apartments. I'm not talking for the luxury apartments. There is a very big difference. The small, these apartments, my friends, that you can actually afford for starters are shit, but they cost a fortune. You understand? Super. It's livable, of course, my friends, but it's shit. Super. And bear in mind, you will have money when you arrive, you will have money to live in an extremely small apartment, maybe even a studio, maybe even a basement. You understand? There is literally, my friends, apartments on the -1, -2 floors in this building. You're literally living in basement. And you just hear when everybody is shitting. Super. Отлично. Or you will share a room in some apartment with some shady people. You will think that you're getting the experience. My friends, my roommates are, listen. My roommates are from Finland. They are from, Brazil and America. On paper. Yes, maybe. In reality, who knows, super. My friends, I'm just gonna give you one small example. I had a colleague of mine when I was living and studying in Barcelona in Spain. I had a colleague of mine who was sharing room with roommates, I don't know from where. This dude was Ukrainian. If you're watching, my friend, give me a call, bro. Super. And my friend, once we were at the university, blah, blah, blah. He went home and he called me, my friend, they stole everything from me, even my passport. And imagine this guy was Ukrainian. I don't know why they stole his passport, to be honest with you. Doesn't matter. This is the logic. You see, you're actually, my friends, they can steal you, they can steal everything. This is the reality. This is the real picture when you're coming and living. Super. I'm going back a little bit. Super. My friends, also, you will not have money, to afford to live in the center. You will live somewhere outside. For starters, I'm talking. If you're rich, then it's another topic, sorry. Super. And my friends, your commutes, transport, will be 2 to 3 hours per day. So you're losing the whole day commuting. Commuting and working, eating and shitting. That's your day for start. And call on the weekends your parents, grandparents. Super. So my friends, you see, you actually left, in quotation marks, the poverty in the Balkans, but my friends, not the struggle. Again, you have to struggle, because remember, as they're telling you, we're growing here, on these trees, we're growing euros and we're taking euros from, yes, super. My friends, the struggle never stops. Never. Super. And my friends, you actually, most of the Balkan people, because I know my Balkan people, we have soul, we have heart, we have something which is called emotion. We're very emotional people. Wow, we talk like this. Kaisi, brat, We're like this. My friends, when you're going to the Western countries, especially in European Union, you will experience something which is called downgraded socially. You will downgrade yourself socially. You will become English problem. You will become, my friends, like a robot, like this. Computer code. Turn left, turn right. I'm not even joking with you, my friends. You will lose your soul in the first couple of even years, let's say. Super. Doesn't matter, my friends, if you're alone or if you're coming with your girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband. Doesn't matter. Very big problem, because the society is like that. You accept the society where you live. Super. And my friends, you see, the salary in these countries is higher, of course. That's why we escape. But my friends, the status is lower, because you will actually have, in some countries, my friends, you will have to work a couple of jobs, not only one job, just to pay the bills. So my friends, you can be a doctor and you will work like a doctor 9 to 5, and then you will clean toilets in McDonald's. My friends, I'm making jokes, but I'm just giving you examples because I saw a lot of people like this. I'm not even joking with you, because these countries now in European Union, Western countries, especially the Western and the Nordic countries, my friends, are extremely expensive for living. The capitals, not the villages. Super. My friends, invisible life, let's say. So something like working but not belonging somewhere. So, my friends, you come here, you work, of course, you work, super. And you try to integrate yourself in the system. First of all, my friends, be ready, Fifi, super. Be ready, my friends, for everybody to ask you, hey, my friend, where are you from? And of course, my friends, your friends in the beginning will be all, of course, Balkans and Eastern Europeans. But bear in mind, my friends, that when the Balkans and Eastern Europeans escape their domestic countries, coming here in Western, Central, Nordic European Union, doesn't matter, my friends, they're all struggling for money. Some of them are even soulless, without a soul, without a heart. They can fuck you up, and they will, for money. Of course, for money. Because, my friends, remember, 99.9% of the people who escaped the Balkans and Eastern Europe escaped for money. They didn't escape because they wanted to. It's a very big difference. So they're going to do everything in their power here in European Union just to gain more money. So they can fuck you up. AKA, as we say in the Balkans, they will stab you with the knife in the back. Noșu u legea. Boli very much. It hurts. Super. So, my friends, in European Union, you will see, my friends, immigrants, migrants everywhere. Legal, illegal. It is what it is, reality. My friends, they work, they pay taxes, they obey the rules. Here, in European Union. But, my friends, they actually do all that stuff here just to send money back home. Most of them are sending money back home or just saving their money for something. So you see, there is a big difference. If you come here as an economic worker and you work only for money, so you're interested only in money, to send it back home or to renovate your house or to buy a house or an apartment in the Balkans, or I don't know, just to have money for the rest of the year. I don't know what you're doing. It's up to you, my friends. You have one life. Remember, do what you want. Super. My friends, there is one other thing which is called integrating into the society. Because in most of this, and this is for the Americans, especially if you're watching me, my brothers and sisters, listen, in European Union, we don't only speak French. And Paris is not a country. Remember this, very important. We have a lot of countries in the European continent, and in the European Union, we have Union of countries. Every country has a different language. Remember this. So, my friends, the language barrier is yao. Especially if you go to the Nordic countries, my friends, the language is even harder for Balkan people. For Balkan people, if you're coming to hear these post-communist countries from back in the SSSR, my friends, it's a little bit easier because they're Slavic. They speak plus minus here. Like, you will learn it somehow. German, you have to start from the beginning. Spanish, French, doesn't matter. Super. So you have the language barrier, my friends. That's a very big problem. So the first generation, aka you, if you come as a first generation here, my friends, you will most probably have a family in the future here. If you want to stay here, of course. You will have a family. Your kids, my friends, will still be asked in school and in real life, where are you from? But their kids, aka your grandkids, they will not be asked because they will become German, Austrian, Czech, and blah 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 and blah 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 and blah blah blah. So you see, my friends, you have to risk literally everything. Literally everything. You will have, how can I say, the things that you love and that you like, you will achieve it here. Yes. Okay. Let me be honest. You can achieve everything here. Like we see, my friends, the Balkans, they're coming and working in Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and blah, blah, blah. After 1 year, my friends, of course, because, how can I say, complex in our life, my friends, we will buy a BMW. The first thing for the Balkan is buy a BMW. Super. And, my friends, we're going to do it. But, even though somebody will judge you, my friends, I can totally understand you as a Balkan. Because, my friend, most of you, okay, not most of you, but let's say a big percentage, my friends, were coming literally from the mud in our countries. We were born in mud, we were raised in mud, we were going to school to school in math. And we had nothing. Every fucking day we were eating sarma. Actually, there is a lot of poor people. Really, really poor people. Still to this day, and that's why you emigrate. I understand because you want to have things and because you want to have something in life, to achieve something in life. I totally understand you. But people here, these people here, European Union people, they will look at you differently. Of course, my friend, you can look rich with Gucci glasses, my friends, with Prada, Chanel, and blah blah. You can look rich, no problem. And BMW, you will drive it, the BMW, like this. Super. I understand, my friends, because you wanted to. And that's nothing to be ashamed of. But, my friends, is that actually, how can I say, your victory? Did you achieve your dream? Did you achieve the dream that actually made you escape the Balkans in the first place? Or it didn't? Or you just bought the car from your, let's say, childhood dream, which I totally understand, my friend. I actually did the same, bro. I did the same. The first money that I get here, my friends, I didn't care about anything at all. I didn't care about investing. Who gives a shit about it? My friends, I bought an Audi. My, how can I say, my childhood dream. Because it was staying here, it was like Prži peče, my friends, it was burning in my heart. I totally understand you. European Union people will not understand you, especially Germans and Swiss. They will not understand you, my friend. They don't care about this shit. They don't care about this shit. Super. Understood? We understand each other. Super. Don't get mad at me, my friends. I'm just being brutally honest with you. I'm just being brutally honest because I love you. Remember. Super, my friends. The cost. This is a very tough topic. I'm not gonna make jokes. Point. The cost, my friends, no one talks about when you're moving, emigrating to European Union, from Balkans especially, my friends, is something which is called, my friends, loneliness. You have the example and you're looking at him. My friends, I'm not even joking. I actually lost my mind a little bit back in the days. This is an honest story. Even though I was here with my wife, my friends, you actually feel lonely. Doesn't matter, my friends, there can be 10 people in your house, your best friends. Again, you feel lonely. You cannot explain this to yourself, my friend, because this is very complex and very tough to explain it. But the loneliness, my friends, is, it hurts, bre. It hurts. I'm not even joking with you. Super. Something, my friends, other thing, the cost that no one talks about is identity loss. You're losing the child in you because you grew up in the Balkans until a certain age and then you moved to European Union. My friends, you're losing your identity. You don't know who you are. As I told you in the previous episode, I'm 40. Even though I look sexy, my friends said I said I'm not gonna make jokes. Doesn't matter. Balkan genetics, I have the good ones. Super. My friend, I'm 40. Since 28, let's say 30, since 30 till 40, my friends, I don't remember anything. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I was doing, except working, except doing something, but doing something on auto, like when you put your car on auto and you just sleep. I was this, my friend. I'm not even joking with you. I did something which I'm gonna talk in the next episode, but that's a personal message from me to you, bre, which woke me up. But I'm gonna talk in a different episode. I don't want to bother you now. And my friends, something that the cause that no one talks about is something which is called burnout. Let me stay here and we will move forward. Check out what the fuck I'm doing. Sorry. My friends, listen. You will reach to a point where you actually burn out. I'm not even joking with you. You will feel totally burnout from work, from life, from struggles here, from learning the language, from accepting, in quotation marks, the culture. Fake friends, my friends, because the most fake friends that you will have are here. Remember, nobody gives a shit about you here. Maybe they're here just partially, they were gonna hang with you for a couple of months, then back to their country. And you're gonna get burnout. When you're reaching the point of burnout, you can make two very big and very important life decisions. Look at the screen, very important. First life decision that you can make is say, my friend, okay, fuck everything, fuck you, fuck literally everybody, I'm gonna go back home. Spakuj kufer, like put on your suitcases, put your underwear in the suitcases, take your laptop because you achieved something in life, you bought a laptop, pičku majčinu, and go back to your country in the Balkans. Doesn't matter which country. Which from one point is good, because that means actually that you need a restart in your life. Doesn't matter how old you are, my friends. You can make this even when you're 60, trust me. Because Balkans are different people. Remember, we have different soul. Our brain is totally different. Everybody's brain is like, our brain is like, that's the difference. Super. The other thing that you can do, my friends, when you reach a point of burnout is just calm, zen, go in some forest or go fish. Fishing is actually very, my friends, it relaxes your mind, bombona. Go and fish and think. Did I did all the things that I wanted to when I said to myself I'm gonna move to European Union? First of all. Then, my friends, did I achieve enough money that money is never enough, let's be honest. Money is never enough, but at least something. Okay. Did I bought my dream car, which is very important for the Balkan people, I totally understand. Okay, super. Then, my friends, I don't know if your iPhone, did you bought an iPhone? Did you buy fancy clothes if you want this kind of shit? Did you travel all the European Union countries, for example, or the world? Did you found a girlfriend or a boyfriend? Did you find love in your life? Did you lost your connection with God? Or did you regain your connection with God? So when you have an answer to most of these questions, not all, because you cannot have answer to all of them, most of these questions, when you rethink your life and these years while you were living in European Union before reaching a burnout, that's when, my friends, you will find your answer. And usually the answer is two-parter. First parter is that you're gonna go back to the Balkans and restart something, but you will be calm. You will not be angry like in the first example. You will be calm. Which is totally different, because when you're calm, my friends, you actually think rationally. You're rational. Or the other part, my friends, is that you will stay here and you will just say something like, you remember this meme, Jesus take the wheel? When you give your life, doesn't matter in which God you believe, my friends. Doesn't matter in which God you believe. When you give your life and when you ask answers, especially from God, and if you're a good-hearted person, you will receive your answer. Trust me. God will show you the way, your destiny, your personal pathway. This is very important, remember this. Super. My friends, is it really worth it? Okay. Now I'm gonna give you my personal story. I moved a lot since I was 22, 3. I actually didn't live in my country for very long. So I moved a lot. Doesn't matter. For different reasons. Education, then just, I don't know, as we say, just to spend money, and then for working and blah, blah, blah. My friends, I will tell you one thing. The experience that I gained is extremely good. It's undeniable, the best things that I could actually get in my life. I'm not even joking with you. The relationships that I lost, especially with my childhood friends, in quotation marks, for me, it was actually good, because those not all of them, I still have a couple of them which are bombona, my brothers, but most of them, the other guys, they were just pretending to be my friends. So good. Okay, God showed me something. Super. The education that you will get, super. So we said experience, education, fake friends. Then, my friends, something which is called, I don't know if you're searching for love, blah, blah, blah. My wife is from my country. She moved here because of me. Super, super. So, my friends, I'm somehow, how can I say? For my age, for my certain age, which is 40, I'm kind of a complete circle. For now. Okay. Let's say 90% complete circle, what I want and what I need and what I like. Because I have to think for other people as well. My family. Super. So my friends, you see, if I should give you the answer, if it's worth it, I can tell you yes to a certain point. The certain point, my friends, is never forget where you're coming from. The certain point, my friends, is make your dreams come true because our dinosaurs, Slave, Toshe, Blagojna, Pero, and so in the Balkans, destroyed our future even before we were born. So they destroyed it because they're extremely smart and they're dinosaurs, my friends. 98, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're still stealing money. Different topic. They destroyed our future. These countries in European Union, not all of them, but most of them, they didn't destroy the future for their domestic people, and plus they opened the future for us as well. But, my friends, I said something to myself. You should be motivated permanently. Because as it can happen to everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a male, female, older or younger. It can happen to you that you lose your identity. It can happen to you, my friends, that you lose your way. It can happen to you, my friends, that you don't know who the fuck you are. It can happen. But then, my friend, it's really important in that case not to rage quit. Gamers will understand me. Not to rage quit. To calm down and to rethink and to ask yourself one question. First and most foremost, did I lose my connection with God? If you believe in God, my friends. For the atheist, I don't know. If you believe in God, doesn't matter which God, doesn't matter which religion, doesn't matter, same shit. Did God try to tell me something? Was I good to God? Did I make some bad things? If you made some bad things, go to church, to mosque, to temple, apologize. Restart. The problem is, my friends, that most of the Balkan people, after a certain point in European Union, they're becoming lazy. They're just thinking about summer and winter vacations to their country, which is legit. My friends, listen, I cannot tell you specifically if it's totally worth it, because now in modern times, my friends, everything is online. And I'm 32 minutes, sorry, stay with me, I'm gonna finish. Super. My friends, I cannot tell you for certain if it's worth it or not, because now we work online. Most of us, not all of us, we work online. Construction workers, they cannot work online still, they cannot control the robot. We will wait for Elon Musk to bring us construction robots. That's super. My friends, listen. It's worth it if you want to gain a lot of experience. If you have something in the Balkan countries, if you're satisfied with your salary or you have private business or something, stay there, my friends. Don't even come, trust me. But my friends, if you have nothing and if you're literally coming from the mud or you are actually poor and you want to achieve your childhood dreams, because that's very important. If you don't achieve them, my friends, later in life you will rage quit, trust me. You will become cuckoo, mentally budala, as we say. Super. So you need to do that. You understand? You need to do that. But my friends, in these modern times we work online. If you can find a job online and if it pays good, my friends, just think globally. Don't think locally. Think that you have to invest. Like, do the modern stuff that are present here in European Union, America, Australia, Asia, and blah blah blah. Do the modern things, my friends. Crypto. Invest, be smart, work and stay in the Balkans. If you have that choice and if you have that opportunity, it's better. But if you don't have that opportunity and if you want a lot of experience and a lot of, how can I say, interesting things in life to learn, and plus languages and blah blah blah, then my friends, you should actually try your luck. But remember, the European Union dream as the American dream is somehow, how can I say, like a fairy tale. You have to make your own dream, my friends. Nobody can sell you dream. Finland cannot sell you dreams. Hey, come to Finland, my friends. We will give you money. You will sleep all day. That's a fairy tale. Or go to some remote village. We will pay you. My friends, that's fairy tales. You understand? Make your own dreams come true, my friends. Very important. Super. So, in general, there is not going to be solutions. This was like a personal video from me to you. Remember, do what you want. You have only one life. If you need, my friends, help, ask me in the comments, bro. We can share some ideas. Remember, I love you very much, my friends. Thank you for the subscribers and thank you for the likes. Please, a subscribe and a like as well, bro. And see you very soon into the next episode, my friends. Until then, I love you very much. Ciao.